Dear students, in this session we will learn about topic motion. Already you have learnt in your lower classes Newton's laws of motion. There are three Newton's laws of motion. Newton's first law of motion, Newton's second law of motion and Newton's third law of motion. First, let us discuss about Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion, it states that every body or an object continues to be in its state of rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled by an external force to change that state. That is, take any object, it remains in its state of position unless it is disturbed by some external force. Suppose if we kept one book on table, it remains in the same position unless it is disturbed by some external agent. So Newton's first law of motion is also called as law of inertia. It is also called as law of inertia. Already you have come across the word inertia. Inertia means it is the property of the body or an object because of which the body resists to change its state of rest unless it is compelled by some external agent. Suppose here if we kept some object or any book on the table, because of its inertia it remains in the same position. Or if some ball is flowing or throwing on earth's surface, it remains in continuous straight line motion unless it is disturbed by some external agents. So that is called as Newton's first law of motion. Here I have listed out some examples for Newton's first law of motion. A book placed on table, it remains in the same position unless it is disturbed by some external force. Similarly, a football moving on the ground continues to be in the same direction unless it is disturbed by some external agent. And one more example is a passenger sitting in a bus. Okay, when the bus starts immediately, so here passenger sitting inside the bus, he felt backward jerk because when the bus starts suddenly, when he sat down in the bus, he is in the position of rest. So when the bus starts immediately, he felt jerk, that is movement in backward direction. Similarly, a sports person, when he is running for a long jump, here because of its movement inertia, here the inertia of motion may help him to have a longer jump. So that's why an athlete before long jump position, he has to run some distance. So that inertia help him to take a longer jump. So in this way, in our daily life, we have come across different types of examples comes under Newton's first law of motion. Second one is Newton's second law of motion. According to Newton's second law of motion, when a body moving with some velocity v, having some mass m, then the momentum of the body is given by P equal to m into v, represented by equation 1. Here Newton states that the total force acting on the object is always equal to rate of change of its momentum. So here momentum is represented by m into v. Substitute here F is equal to d of me divided by dt. Here m remains constant, then m into dv by dt. Here after simplification, f equal to ma. What is a? A is replaced by dv by dt. Here a is called as acceleration of the body. Acceleration of the body. Therefore, f equal to ma. This famous equation is called as Newton's second law of motion. That is, it states that the net force acting on the object is always equal to product of its mass and acceleration gained by the body. Here the unit of force can be taken as Newton. 1 Newton can be defined as it is the force which gives a mass of 1 kg and acceleration of 1 meter per second square. So this is the famous Newton's second law of motion. Here both the first and second law, they are related through this statement. Here we have considered a simple example, that is derivation of Newton's first law, that is from second law. So we know that mathematically Newton's second law of motion is represented by F equal to m into a. Suppose if the net force acting on the body can be taken as 0, then a also reduces to 0. That is, if no force acts on body, there will be no change in its velocity. That is, when acceleration reduces to 0, acceleration is given by dv by dt. Therefore, v remains constant. That is the body moving with some constant velocity. So, this is the first law of motion. Next one is Newton's third law of motion. So, this is a very famous equation. For every reaction, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Here I have taken a simple example. Here we have taken two balls, A and B, are an object. Here the ball A, when it approaches towards B, it exerts some force. Similarly, when ball B approaches towards A, it exerts some force. So the forces are indicated like that. So according to statement, here the force exerted by the ball A on B due to impact is exactly equal to FBA with negative sign. That is, when two bodies approaches each other, there is an equal and opposite reaction. There is an equal and opposite reaction. So this is called as action and reaction pair. Here I have listed some examples regarding to Newton's third law of motion, what we have observed in our daily life. Suppose if when a man jumps from a boat, so the jumping can be taken as reaction. At the same time, the boat moves away from him. The boat moves away from him. So here jumping of man can be taken as action. Movement of boat in reverse direction can be taken as reaction. Similarly, in swimming, the man pushes the water backward direction. At the same time, he is pushed forward because of reaction force exerted by water. Similarly, if you take some iron piece and magnet, okay, when they brought near to each other, both the objects get attracted. That is, iron is attracted towards magnet. Here the force of attraction between iron piece and magnet, here there are action and reaction forces. Similarly, while walking, if you observe, when we put our step along forward direction, our feet push backwards. The earth exerts an equal and opposite force, that is forward to us. And the earth exerts an equal and opposite force. That's why we are moving along forward direction. So this causes our forward motion. Similarly, if we throw some ball to the wall, immediately it rebounds. Okay, that is because of also action and reaction pair. So in this way there are different examples what we have observed in our daily life, that is according to Newton's second law of motion. Newton's third law of motion. Next, here we will discuss about motion of objects in some resistive media. Suppose if we consider movement of some vehicles or movement of some persons in just air medium, the air medium also exerts some force on the movement of objects. So that is called as resistive force exerted by the medium on the movement of objects. Similarly, suppose if you want to move inside water and also in different media, here each and every media exerts some force on the movement of body. That type of force is also called as resistive force. This resistive force exerted by the medium on the object, it depends on speed. If the speed of the body increases, resistive force also increases. And this force also depends on many factors, that is on the shape of the body, on its velocity of movement, that is with respect to fluid, like that. Therefore, here just we will calculate very simply what is the magnitude of the resistive force. What is the magnitude of the resistive force? Here, resistive force always directly proportional to speed of the moving object. It directly depends upon V, but in opposite direction. That's why here I have written minus sign. It is represented by equation 1. This equation 1 is valid for low speeds. Suppose if the objects moving with high speed, then the resistive force, it is also called by the name drag force. It is proportional to square of the velocity of the moving objects. Square of the velocity of moving object. And the coefficient is represented by D, proportional coefficient. This D, it also depends upon shape, size of the object, and also it depends on density of the medium. Therefore, here the drag force, that is resistive force acting on the object, can be written as 1 by 2 Ca V square into rho. C means here drag coefficient. A represents cross-sectional area of the object, V velocity of the body, and rho is the air density. So this represents, equation 3 represents total force acting on the object during its relative motion in different media. Thank you.